As a BCBA supervisor, you've probably experienced the frustration of high staff turnover, a constant cycle of training new RBTs and losing experienced team members. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how hard you work, the water just keeps draining away. This constant churn can be exhausting, demoralizing, and even a little frightening. But what if there was a different approach? One that led to fulfillment without the constant hustle? What if you could create a work environment that not only retained your RBTs, but also inspired them to thrive? We've tried everything from offering competitive salaries and benefits to implementing new training programs. You've even tried to create a more relaxed and enjoyable work environment, but nothing seems to be working. It's like you're stuck in a hamster wheel, running faster and faster, but getting nowhere. You're starting to wonder if something's fundamentally wrong with your approach. Perhaps the problem isn't with your RBTs, but with the system itself. Imagine a world where RBTs are not just employees, but valued members of a supportive and caring community. A world where they feel empowered, inspired, and motivated to do their best work. A world where burnout is a distant memory, replaced by a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Imagine a future where RBT retention rates are soaring, where experienced and dedicated professionals are eager to stay in the field. In this dream scenario, BCBA supervisors are not just managers, but mentors and champions. They invest in their RBT's growth, provide opportunities for professional development, and create a culture of support and encouragement. They recognize that happy and healthy RBTs are more effective and productive, and they prioritize their well being above all else. What would it take to make this dream a reality? What changes could you implement in your own practice to create a more supportive and fulfilling environment for your RBTs? Hey there, supervisor. My name is Christy Wilson. With almost 2 decades in the ABA field and over a decade as a certified BCBA, I've had the privilege of working in various supervisory roles and capacities. My passion for supervision has been fueled by witnessing the positive impact that it can create on RBTs and the quality of ABA services that we provide. In a field where RBT turnover is a persistent challenge, I believe that equipping supervisors with the necessary knowledge and skills is crucial. By developing our supervisory practices, we can create a more supportive and sustainable environment for our RBT teams, ensuring that the field of ABA continues to thrive. In this training, I will share my experiences and insights, offering practical strategies and tools that you can implement in your own supervisory roles. Together, we can work towards building a stronger and more resilient ABA community. As supervisors in the field of ABA, we understand the critical role of RBTs in providing quality therapy to our clients. We also recognize the demanding nature of this work and the potential for burnout among RBTs. We know that burnout can negatively impact job satisfaction, therapist retention, and ultimately the quality of care provided to our clients. Whether you're a seasoned supervisor or just starting your journey in this role, it's essential to revisit the foundational elements of effective supervision. While we may be familiar with the standard practices and behaviors, it's equally important to explore the challenges that can arise in consistently implementing these strategies. We may know what to do, but why aren't we always doing it? This training will provide a comprehensive overview of effective supervision, addressing both the foundational principles and the practical barriers that can hinder our ability to put them into practice. By understanding these barriers and developing strategies to overcome them, we can enhance our supervision practices and create a more supportive and sustainable environment for our RBTs. This, in turn, will lead to improved job satisfaction, reduced turnover, and ultimately better outcomes for our clients. Throughout this course, we're going to take a look at 5 steps towards supporting your RBTs and enhancing retention in your staff. By the end of this course, you'll be able to recognize the unique emotional and psychological challenges faced by the RBTs that you supervise and the impact that it has on their job performance. You'll implement supportive supervision strategies to promote self care, well being, resilience, and prevent burnout among your RBT team. You'll create an uplifting work environment that energizes RBTs and enhances job satisfaction. You'll provide resources and interventions that empower RBTs to manage stress and emotional challenges. And you'll develop a comprehensive plan to foster ongoing motivation and professional growth for your RBTs, ensuring that they feel valued and engaged in their roles. These are our 5 steps, and by doing these things, we will work together as a field to combat RBT turnover. RBTs, as the backbone of ABA therapy, play a crucial role in delivering quality services to individuals with autism spectrum disorders and other disabilities. Their well being, therefore, directly impacts the effectiveness of ABA practice. Here are some key reasons why RBT well being is essential. Let's talk more about these. RBTs who are emotionally healthy and supported are better equipped to provide high quality ABA therapy. They can establish strong therapeutic relationships, implement behavior change procedures effectively, and adapt to the unique needs of each client. When RBTs are well supported and motivated, they are more likely to maintain consistent engagement with clients, leading to improved outcomes. RBTs who are experiencing burnout or other challenges may struggle to provide the necessary attention and support to their clients. High RBT turnover rates can disrupt continuity of care and negatively impact client progress. By prioritizing RBT well-being, organizations can create a more supportive work environment that fosters retention and reduces turnover. RBTs who feel valued, supported, and empowered are more likely to be satisfied with their jobs and remain in the field. This can lead to increased job satisfaction, reduced burnout, and a more positive work culture all around. ABA providers have an ethical obligation to ensure the well being of their staff. Prioritizing RBT wellness is essential for maintaining ethical standards and providing a positive work environment. High turnover in RBT rates can have significant negative consequences for ABA organizations, including disruptions in client care, increased costs associated with recruitment and training, and a decline in overall program quality. By prioritizing RBT well being, organizations can create a more supportive and sustainable work environment that reduces turnover, improves retention, and thus improves the overall quality of programming provided within the field. I'd like to further discuss the impact of RBT turnover on an agency. The 2022 BHCOE benchmark reports on ABA compensation and turnover highlights that employee turnover is a significant concern for both ABA service providers and their clients. While there is an understandable reason for employees leaving, such as relocation, pursuing higher education, or other goals, voluntary turnover can often indicate job dissatisfaction. Employee turnover can significantly impact the quality and efficiency of therapeutic services. When employees leave, it often leads to a loss of experienced staff who have developed strong relationships with clients and possess valuable institutional knowledge. This can disrupt the continuity of care, leading to increased stress for clients and their families. Moreover, high turnover rates can negatively affect morale among remaining employees who may be burdened with increased workloads. which can discourage potential applicants, creating a vicious cycle of turnover. Finally, replacing employees is expensive and has a significant financial impact on agencies, which can strain an organization's finances and disrupt service delivery, hindering client progress. The costs associated with turnover may include some of the following. Agencies must invest time and resources into advertising open positions, screening applicants, conducting interviews, and onboarding new hires. New RBTs require training to become proficient in ABA techniques and procedures, and this training can be time-consuming and costly for agencies. During the onboarding and training process, new RBTs may not be fully productive. This can lead to a temporary decrease in service delivery and revenue. Frequent changes in RBTs can be disruptive to clients and their families, potentially leading to decreased satisfaction and even attrition. And high turnover rates can negatively impact an agency's reputation, making it more difficult to attract and retain clients. These costs can add up quickly, especially for agencies with high turnover rates. To mitigate these financial burdens, it is essential for agencies to implement strategies to improve RBT retention, such as providing competitive compensation, offering professional development opportunities, and fostering a positive work environment. This graph shows us that the rates of direct care turnover has been an overall increasing trend over the past almost decade. These numbers are scary, y'all. This graph further emphasizes that the majority of these departures were voluntary. The 2022 BHCOE benchmark reports on ABA compensation and turnover points out that employee turnover is a common issue in most organizations, regardless of the industry. While it's important to aim for long-term retention, focusing on employee tenure, or how long the employee stays at the company, can give us a more realistic view of workforce dynamics. When we analyze the data, it's concerning to see that nearly all the data collected about direct staff shows that their tenure in this position is mostly less than 5 years. As employees gain experience and skills, they may seek new opportunities within or outside of the organization, leading to turnover even in the most desirable workplaces. However, it's crucial for us to take these numbers into consideration, given the high percentage of direct care staff that voluntarily left their positions in the previous data that were explored. A company's ability to retain employees for extended periods is a strong indicator of both employee satisfaction and business success. High retention rates directly correlate with increased productivity and organizational performance. This is especially important for startups, as retaining employees is significantly more cost-effective than the expensive process of recruiting, onboarding, and training new hires. If we consider the data we previously reviewed, we can see that the ABA therapy field's failure to implement effective hiring and retention practices has led to a significant increase in turnover, which has limited its potential for sustained growth. We discussed the importance of RBT well-being for effective ABA practice. Now we'll delve deeper into the unique emotional and psychological challenges that RBTs often face and their potential impact on job performance. Understanding these challenges is essential for creating a supportive environment that fosters RBT resilience and well-being. RBTs work in demanding roles, often interacting with clients who exhibit challenging behaviors. This exposure can lead to a variety of emotional and psychological challenges. Let's discuss those. Compassion fatigue is a state of emotional and physical exhaustion that occurs when individuals are exposed to prolonged stress and trauma, often experienced by healthcare professionals, social workers, and RBTs who work with individuals experiencing suffering. Have you ever reached that point? You love your job and feel a deep sense of fulfillment in helping your clients reach their goals, but the job is emotionally taxing and takes a toll on you. Add in traveling and having to meet billable requirements, and the pressure's on. Overwhelm, empathy. It's pretty typical to feel in this field, and if you can relate to this feeling, you better believe that your RBTs can too. Some key characteristics of compassion fatigue include feeling emotionally drained and depleted, often leading to feelings of apathy or indifference. Experiencing a decline in empathy and emotional responsiveness, which can make it difficult to connect with others. Experiencing physical symptoms like fatigue, headaches, difficulty sleeping, and digestive problems. Experiencing symptoms similar to PTSD after being exposed to traumatic events experienced by clients. While compassion fatigue is often associated with burnout, it is a distinct phenomenon that involves a deeper level of emotional exhaustion and a loss of empathy. Causes of compassion fatigue in RBTs can relate to the fact that RBTs often work with clients who exhibit challenging behaviors, which can be emotionally draining. RBTs also spend their days observing clients' pain and struggles, which can lead to emotional distress. RBTs may experience high workloads, which can contribute to stress and burnout. And RBTs who do not have adequate support from supervisors or colleagues may be more susceptible to compassion fatigue. Vicarious trauma is a phenomenon that occurs when individuals experience symptoms similar to post traumatic stress disorder after being exposed to traumatic events experienced by others. It is often experienced by healthcare professionals, social workers, and RBTs who work with individuals who have experienced trauma. Some key characteristics of vicarious trauma can include experiencing recurring thoughts or images of clients' traumatic experiences, having nightmares or flashbacks related to clients' trauma, feeling constantly on edge and alert, struggling to focus and concentrate on tasks, experience a sense of emotional detachment or numbness, and avoiding situations or activities that remind them of the traumatic event. Causes of vicarious trauma in RBTs can relate to the fact that RBTs may work with clients who have experienced traumatic events such as abuse, neglect, or natural disasters. RBTs who are highly empathetic may be more susceptible to vicarious trauma, and RBTs who do not have adequate support from supervisors or colleagues, you guessed it, may be more likely to experience vicarious trauma. The article titled "The Role of Supervision in Preventing Burnout Among Professionals Working with People in Disability" defines burnout as a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress, particularly in helping professions. It is often characterized by feelings of exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced job satisfaction. While burnout can affect anyone, it is particularly common among individuals in helping professions, including RBTs. Some key characteristics of burnout can include feeling emotionally drained and depleted, experiencing fatigue, exhaustion, and physical symptoms, developing a negative or cynical attitude towards work, feeling less satisfied or engaged in their work, and experiencing a decline in motivation and enthusiasm for their work. Causes of burnout in RBTs can relate to the fact that RBTs often have demanding schedules and high workloads. RBTs who do not have adequate support from supervisors or colleagues may be more susceptible to burnout. RBTs may experience role ambiguity or uncertainty about their responsibilities. And RBTs who struggle to maintain a healthy work life balance may be at risk for burnout. Ethical dilemmas in ABA occur when RBTs face situations where personal values conflict with professional obligations, or when there is an uncertainty about the best course of action. These dilemmas can be challenging to navigate and can have a significant impact on RBT's emotional well being. Ethical considerations are paramount in supervision, ensuring that RBTs understand and adhere to professional standards and guidelines. Common ethical dilemmas faced by RBTs may include RBTs being faced with situations where their personal values conflict with the goals of ABA therapy. For example, an RBT may disagree with a specific intervention or approach but feel pressure to implement it. RBTs may encounter situations where there is no clear cut answer or multiple viable options. This can lead to uncertainty and anxiety. RBTs may feel burdened by the responsibility of making ethical decisions, especially when the well being of the client is at stake. RBTs may feel pressure to prioritize productivity and efficiency over the best interests of the client. And RBTs may face challenges in maintaining client confidentiality, especially when dealing with sensitive information. Isolation can be a significant challenge for RBTs, particularly the ones that work in rural areas or with clients who have limited social interactions. Feeling disconnected from colleagues and the broader community can have a negative impact on an RBT's emotional well being and job satisfaction. Some key characteristics of isolation may include RBTs feeling isolated from colleagues and the broader community due to the nature of their work. RBTs may have limited social support networks outside of work, leading to feelings of loneliness and isolation. RBTs may struggle to maintain healthy relationships due to the demands of their job. And RBTs in isolated areas may have limited access to professional development opportunities. These challenges can significantly affect an RBT's job performance. This can lead to less motivation, more absenteeism, and even RBTs leaving their jobs. Supervisors must recognize and deal with these issues. This will create a supportive environment and help RBTs remain strong and well. When organizations address these challenges, they can make the work environment better for RBTs. And as a result, job satisfaction goes up, turnover goes down, and the clients benefit. The role of an RBT can be incredibly rewarding, but it also comes with unique emotional and psychological challenges. Working with individuals with autism can be emotionally demanding, and RBTs may face stressors such as exposure to challenging behaviors, long hours, and high expectations. These factors can significantly impact RBT's mental health, making it essential to address and support their well being. The RBT role can have a significant impact on mental health, both directly and indirectly. Here are some key ideas to consider. The role of the RBT can directly impact their mental health in these ways. RBTs often work with clients who exhibit challenging behaviors, which can be emotionally draining and physically demanding. This exposure can lead to stress, anxiety, and even trauma. RBTs may witness clients experiencing pain, frustration, or other negative emotions. This can be emotionally taxing and contribute to compassion fatigue. And as we discussed previously, RBTs may face ethical dilemmas, such as conflicting values or uncertainty about the best course of action. These dilemmas can be stressful and can lead to feelings of guilt or regret. RBTs' mental health can also be indirectly affected. RBTs often have demanding schedules and high workloads, which can lead to burnout and decreased job satisfaction. RBTs who do not have adequate support from their supervisors or colleagues may be more likely to experience mental health challenges. As we already discussed, RBTs may feel isolated due to the nature of their work, which can contribute to loneliness and depression. And RBTs may struggle to maintain a healthy work-life balance, which can lead to stress and burnout. It is important to note that the impact of the RBT role on mental health can vary depending on individual factors, such as personality, coping skills, and support systems. Some RBTs may be more resilient than others, while others may be more susceptible to mental health challenges. By understanding the potential impact of the RBT role on mental health, organizations can take steps to create a supportive environment that fosters RBT well-being and resilience. RBTs face a unique set of vulnerabilities and risk factors that can affect their well-being also. Recognizing and addressing these vulnerabilities is essential to promoting the mental health and well-being of your RBTs. These factors can be categorized into three main areas. Let's expand more on each. First, our occupational factors. High workload. RBTs often have demanding schedules and high caseloads, which can lead to feelings of stress and burnout. RBTs may work long hours, including evenings and weekends, which can disrupt work-life balance. And RBTs may frequently transition between clients and settings, which can be mentally taxing. Lack of support. Inadequate supervision can lead to feelings of isolation, confusion, and lack of support. RBTs may lack access to necessary resources, such as training materials or equipment, which can make their job more challenging. And a toxic or negative work culture can contribute to stress, burnout, and low morale among RBTs. The article titled Registered Behavior Technicians Training Experiences for Severe Problem Behavior, a survey, found that the lack of training for RBTs working with severe problem behaviors can directly contribute to burnout. When RBTs feel underprepared or ill-equipped to handle the challenges they face, it can lead to feelings of overwhelm or uncertainty about their abilities, which can lead to chronic stress, which is a major contributor to burnout. RBTs who lack necessary training may find their work less fulfilling and rewarding, leading to dissatisfaction and burnout. And inadequate training can lead to ethical dilemmas, such as struggling to balance the client's needs with the RBT's own well-being. This article also found that insufficient ongoing support can leave RBTs feeling isolated and overwhelmed, increasing their risk of burnout. Furthermore, when RBTs don't have the necessary skills to manage severe problem behaviors effectively, they may experience higher levels of stress and frustration, contributing to burnout. Another occupational factor is role ambiguity. RBTs may be unclear about their job responsibilities and expectations, which can lead to confusion and stress. RBTs may face conflicting priorities from supervisors or clients, making it difficult to balance their workload. And RBTs may feel micromanaged or have limited autonomy in their work, which can reduce job satisfaction as well. Limited career advancement opportunities. RBTs may feel limited in their career growth and development, which can lead to decreased motivation and job satisfaction. RBTs may have limited opportunities to advance to higher paying or more challenging roles. And RBTs may not feel recognized or appreciated for their contributions, which can also lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and resentment. RBTs frequently express frustration with the unpredictability of their schedules, which often includes inconsistent hours and frequent cancellations. This lack of stability can make it difficult for RBTs to plan their personal lives and maintain a healthy work-life balance. Additionally, many RBTs feel that their compensation is inadequate given the demanding nature of their work. Direct care can be physically and emotionally taxing, requiring RBTs to provide consistent support and guidance to clients with complex needs. Despite the challenges involved, RBTs often feel that their compensation does not fully reflect the value they bring to their organizations. Now let's look at some personal factors. Individual differences. Certain personality traits, such as high levels of empathy or neuroticism, may make RBTs more susceptible to stress and burnout. RBTs with healthy coping mechanisms may be better equipped to handle stress and challenges. RBTs with high levels of resilience may be better able to bounce back from adversity. For example, RBTs who are highly empathetic may be susceptible to compassion fatigue, while those with strong coping skills may be better equipped to handle stress. And personal experiences. RBTs who have experienced trauma or loss may be more likely to experience vicarious trauma or compassion fatigue. RBTs who have pre-existing mental health conditions may be at risk for stress and burnout. And last, environmental factors. Work culture. A negative or toxic work culture can contribute to stress, burnout, and low morale among RBTs. A culture that does not prioritize RBT well-being or support can lead to feelings of isolation and disengagement. And a competitive or cutthroat work culture can create a stressful and unhealthy environment. Organizational support. Insufficient resources, such as training, supervision, or equipment, can make it difficult for RBTs to do their jobs effectively. Unclear expectations or inconsistent policies can create confusion and stress. And RBTs may feel undervalued or underappreciated if their contributions are not recognized. Industry trends. Changes in regulations or policy can impact RBT's job responsibilities and working conditions, just as economic downturns or changes in funding can affect job security and morale. Through a comprehensive understanding of these factors, organizations can foster a culture of well-being and resilience within their RBT teams. I would like to highlight another significant cost of RBT burnout in the field: fraudulent billing and its correlation with burnout. It's crucial to acknowledge the emotional and psychological challenges that RBTs face, including the ethical pressures that can lead to fraudulent billing practices and the effect of those challenges on job performance. RBT burnout can lead to decreased job satisfaction, increased stress, and decreased motivation. These factors can contribute to impaired judgment and decision making, potentially increasing the risk of errors in billing practices. Here's how burnout can indirectly contribute to fraudulent billing. Burnout can lead to decreased attention to detail and increased errors, including billing errors. When RBTs are overwhelmed and stressed, they may be more susceptible to ethical lapses, such as cutting corners or engaging in fraudulent practices. And burnout can decrease RBT's motivation to adhere to strict billing guidelines, leading to errors or intentional misconduct. Let's look at the potential types of fraudulent billing. Billing for services that were never provided. For example, an RBT might bill for therapy sessions that never occurred or for services that were provided by someone else. Billing for a service multiple times. For instance, an RBT might bill both an agency and the client for the same session. Billing for a more expensive service than was actually provided. For example, an RBT might bill for a one-on-one therapy session when the actual service was group therapy. An RBT is receiving kickbacks from clients or vendors for referrals or unnecessary services. For example, an RBT might receive a commission for referring clients to a specific vendor. The financial costs included with fraudulent billing can include: fraudulent billing directly reduces the agency's revenue, as it results in payments for services that were not provided. If detected, fraudulent billing can lead to fines, penalties, and legal action. A reputation for fraudulent practices can harm an agency's credibility and client base, making it difficult to attract new clients or retain the ones you have. Agencies may need to implement additional oversight measures to prevent fraud, which can increase operational costs. And also super important, fraudulent billing can lead to client dissatisfaction and complaints, which can damage an agency's reputation and potentially result in lost business. Therefore, addressing RBT burnout is not only essential for employee well-being, but also for preventing fraudulent billing practices. By creating a supportive work environment, providing adequate training and resources, and promoting work-life balance, supervisors can help reduce burnout and mitigate the risk of fraudulent billing. We've identified many factors that affected RBT satisfaction in the field, both the direct and indirect impacts of their jobs on their mental health and well-being. The study, titled Factors Affecting Registered Behavior Technicians' Intent to Stay or Leave, a Delphi study, further reiterates some key factors that affected an RBT's desire to stay or leave a job. Through a Delphi study involving multiple rounds of surveys and expert feedback, the researchers identified 5 primary factors that significantly impact RBT retention. Adequate pay and benefits are crucial for RBTs to remain in the field. Flexible schedules, manageable workloads, and opportunities for time off are essential for preventing burnout. Access to training, mentorship, and opportunities for advancement can enhance job satisfaction and retention. Supportive supervisors who provide guidance, feedback, and encouragement play a vital role in RBT retention. And a positive and supportive work environment, including a sense of belonging and team cohesion, can significantly influence RBT's decisions to stay at an organization. Again, these findings stress the importance of addressing these factors to improve RBT retention rates and ensure a sustainable workforce in the ABA field. Addressing the unique vulnerabilities and risk factors faced by RBTs is crucial for maintaining their well-being, engagement, and overall effectiveness. By providing adequate support, resources, and opportunities for self-care, organizations can help RBTs cope with the emotional and psychological challenges of their work. Addressing factors such as workload, support, and career advancement opportunities can enhance RBT's job satisfaction and motivation. By creating a positive and supportive work environment, organizations can reduce RBT turnover and improve retention rates. And RBTs who are well supported and engaged are better equipped to provide high-quality ABA therapy to clients. Armed with this knowledge, we can now explore strategies to support RBT well-being and mitigate the negative effects of these challenges. We have a deeper understanding of the unique challenges RBTs face. So let's explore how supportive supervision strategies can play a crucial role in mitigating these challenges and fostering RBT well-being. By providing guidance, support, and mentorship, Supervisors can empower RBTs to overcome obstacles and thrive in their roles. As emphasized in the article titled, A Systematic Review of Supervision Research Related to Board-Certified Behavior Analysts, effective supervision is crucial for empowering RBTs with the necessary skills to prevent burnout. This, in turn, positively impacts client outcomes and enhances the reputation of the ABA field. Research further supports that while regular supervision is essential for RBTs, the quality of interaction is equally important. Effective supervision involves more than just checking in periodically. Supervisors should actively listen to RBTs' concerns, show empathy, and provide tailored guidance. By fostering a supportive and collaborative environment, supervisors can help RBTs develop effective coping strategies, address challenges, and maintain a healthy work-life balance. This, in turn, can significantly reduce burnout and improve overall job satisfaction among RBTs. Before we even get into the content of these supervision sessions, I want to first highlight the importance of creating a confidential space. Research supports that a confidential space is essential for effective constructive feedback and effective supervision. Here's why. When individuals feel safe and secure, they're more likely to be open and honest about their experiences, strengths, and weaknesses. This allows for more meaningful and insightful feedback. In a confidential setting, individuals are less likely to fear negative consequences or judgment from others. This encourages them to be receptive to feedback and make necessary changes. A confidential space facilitates open and honest communication, allowing for a deeper understanding of the issues at hand. When individuals feel valued and respected, they are more motivated to make positive changes and grow. And in certain contexts, such as employee evaluations or therapy sessions, confidentiality is a legal and ethical requirement. To create a confidential space for effective supervision, consider the following. Ensure that the conversation takes place in a private and secure setting. Communicate your expectations for confidentiality at the beginning of the conversation. Respect the individual's boundaries and avoid sharing sensitive information without their consent. Show that you are actively listening and engaged in the conversation, and to focus on providing feedback without judgment or blame. By creating a confidential space, you can foster a supportive and trusting environment that facilitates open communication, encourages personal growth, and promotes positive change. The article titled, The Role of Supervision in Preventing Burnout Among Professionals Working with People in Difficulty, further emphasizes that there is an inverse relationship between supervision quality and burnout, suggesting that higher quality supervision can significantly reduce the risk of burnout among professionals. This is because effective supervision can provide several key benefits. High-quality supervision offers a safe space for professionals to discuss their experiences, emotions, and challenges. This emotional support can help prevent feelings of isolation and overwhelm. Effective supervisors provide clear guidance, direction, and feedback, helping professionals stay on track and feel confident in their abilities. This can reduce stress and prevent feelings of inadequacy. Supervisors can help professionals develop effective problem-solving strategies to address challenges and overcome obstacles. This can reduce frustration and prevent burnout. High-quality supervision can support professionals' professional growth and development, helping them stay engaged and motivated in their work. Supervisors can help professionals develop effective stress management techniques such as time management, mindfulness, and relaxation strategies. Kudos to you, supervisor, for showing up and making your supervision quality higher. In contrast, low quality supervision can contribute to burnout because inadequate support from supervisors can lead professionals feeling isolated and overwhelmed. Ambiguous or conflicting expectations can lead to confusion, stress, and a sense of being overwhelmed. And critical or unhelpful feedback can erode self-esteem and contribute to burnout. Therefore, it is essential for organizations to invest in high-quality supervision to promote the well-being of their employees and prevent burnout. So, what are the characteristics that can be included in effective supervision to ensure high quality? One key component of effective supervision is providing constructive feedback that uplifts and motivates RBTs. It is a powerful tool for supporting RBT growth and development. When delivered effectively, constructive feedback can provide valuable guidance, boost morale, and motivate RBTs to improve their skills. Here are some strategies for providing constructive feedback that uplifts and motivates RBTs. Focus on specific behaviors. Instead of making broad statements about an RBT's performance, focus on specific behaviors or actions that you observed. This helps RBTs understand exactly what they need to improve. And provide concrete examples to illustrate your points. For example, instead of saying, "You're always late," say, "You were late to 3 sessions last week. Can you tell me more about what's causing the delays?" Use I statements. Begin your feedback with I statements to express your observations and feelings without blaming or accusing the RBT. For example, instead of saying, "You're not following the treatment plan," you could say, "I've noticed that the treatment plan isn't being followed consistently. Can you explain why?" Or another example, instead of saying, "You're always late," say, "I've noticed that you've been arriving late to sessions recently." Offer positive reinforcement. Before providing feedback on areas for improvement, start by acknowledging the RBT's strengths and positive contributions. This helps create a supportive and encouraging atmosphere. Let the RBT know that you appreciate their hard work and dedication. For example, you could say, "I really appreciate your patience and flexibility when working with your client. Your positive attitude makes a big difference." As a whole, focus on positive reinforcement to acknowledge RBT achievements and motivate them. By recognizing and rewarding RBTs for their hard work and dedication, organizations can boost morale, increase job satisfaction, and reduce feelings of burnout. Positive reinforcement can also help RBTs feel valued and appreciated, fostering a sense of purpose and motivation. Also, be sure that you are specific and actionable in your constructive feedback. Offer specific suggestions for improvement that are clear, actionable, and achievable. And avoid using vague or general statements that may be confusing or unhelpful. For example, instead of saying, "You need to improve your communication skills," you could try, "When working with your client, try using more visual prompts and simple language to help them understand the instructions." Offer support and guidance in your constructive feedback. Let the RBT know that you understand the challenges they may be facing, and if needed, provide resources or additional training to help the RBT improve. For example, you could say, "I understand that working with your client can be challenging. Let's discuss some strategies to help you manage the situation more effectively." Focus on growth and development in your constructive feedback. Emphasize that feedback is an opportunity for growth and development rather than punishment or criticism. And avoid using negative language or making personal attacks. For example, instead of saying, "You're not doing a good job," you could try, "I believe that you have the potential to be an excellent RBT. Let's work together to develop your skills and reach your goals." Always remember to follow up after any constructive feedback. Follow up with the RBT to see how they're progressing and offer additional support if needed. Acknowledge and celebrate the RBT's progress and achievements. For this, you could say, "How are you feeling about the changes we discussed last week? Do you need any additional support?" Providing constructive feedback is a key component of supporting RBT well-being. However, it's equally important to have clear protocols in place for identifying and addressing emotional distress within your team. By establishing these protocols, you can ensure that RBTs receive the support that they need to maintain their mental health and continue providing high-quality care. Developing protocols for identifying and addressing emotional distress among RBT teams is crucial for several reasons. By implementing protocols, supervisors can identify and address emotional distress early on, before it escalates into a more serious issue. This can prevent burnout, compassion fatigue, and other mental health challenges. By providing support and resources, supervisors can help RBTs cope with emotional distress and improve their overall well-being. This can lead to increased job satisfaction, reduced turnover, and better performance. RBTs who are emotionally healthy and supported are better equipped to provide high-quality ABA therapy. By addressing emotional distress, supervisors can ensure that clients receive the best possible care. ABA providers have an ethical obligation to ensure the well-being of their staff. Developing protocols for identifying and addressing emotional distress demonstrates a commitment to this obligation. And a supportive supervisor and supportive work environment can foster a positive team culture, which can lead to increased morale, productivity, and job satisfaction. Now that we have a clear understanding of the importance of identifying and addressing emotional distress among RBT teams, let's explore a practical example of a plan that can be implemented to achieve these goals. This plan outlines specific strategies and resources that can be used to support RBT well-being and prevent burnout. Regular check-ins. Schedule regular one-on-one meetings with RBTs to provide a safe space for them to discuss their experiences, challenges, and emotions. And use open-ended questions to encourage RBTs to share their thoughts and feelings freely. For example, "How are you feeling about your workload lately?" Or, "Is there anything you'd like to discuss today?" Active listening. Give RBTs your full attention and avoid interrupting. Paraphrase their words to show that you understand their perspective, and let them know that their feelings are valid and understandable. Identify warning signs. Look for changes in RBT's behavior, such as increased absenteeism, decreased productivity, or changes in mood. Be aware of physical symptoms that may indicate emotional distress, such as fatigue, headaches, or difficulty sleeping. And listen for verbal cues that may suggest emotional distress, such as negative self-talk or expressions of hopelessness. Create a supportive environment. Encourage RBTs to share their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or reprisal. Encourage RBTs to prioritize self-care activities, such as exercise, mindfulness, and relaxation techniques, and to offer resources for mental health support, such as counseling or support groups. Address emotional distress. Let RBTs know that you are there to support them and help them through difficult times. Remind your RBTs of the importance of self-care and provide resources to help them practice healthy habits. And if an RBT is experiencing severe emotional distress, refer them to a mental health professional. Monitor and evaluate. Continue to conduct regular check-ins to monitor RBT's well-being. Assess the effectiveness of your interventions and adjust your approach as needed. And if RBTs continue to struggle, consider seeking additional support from a mental health professional or organization. I want to talk more about using regular check-ins because this is such an important part of the process. It is using these check-ins that supervisors can create a supportive environment that enhances RBT well-being and performance. Many research articles emphasize the importance of these regular check-ins and that it is through these check-ins that supervisors are able to individualize supervision to be tailored to the individual RBT needs. Kranick, Anzik, Jones, and Hall, 2023, emphasized the point that effective supervision requires adapting practices to the specific needs and learning styles of your RBTs. Hartley and Dubuque, 2023, further emphasized that this personalized approach can also enhance engagement and motivation, reducing burnout. Friedland, McElroy, Moses, Jensen, and Van Straten, 2023, additionally identify that this personalization of supervision to RBT individual needs and learning styles helps them feel supported, and that their regular feedback and support can help RBTs stay on track, identify areas for improvement, and feel valued, which can further boost morale and reduce feelings of isolation. Further, it's important to do regular check-ins because this time creates the opportunity for creating a safe and supportive environment which fosters trust between supervisors and RBTs, which is crucial for open communication and effective collaboration. Regular check-ins provide opportunities to identify potential problems or challenges before they escalate. This allows supervisors to intervene early and provide support. Active listening techniques and open-ended questions can improve communication between supervisors and RBTs, leading to better understanding and problem solving. Regular check-ins allow supervisors to offer support, guidance, and encouragement to RBTs, which can help them cope with challenges and stay motivated. And a culture of open communication and support can contribute to a positive work environment for RBTs, leading to increased job satisfaction and reduced turnover. We talked a little bit about some of these strategies earlier, but let's dive into it a little deeper. Try using these techniques for regular check-ins. Creating a safe and supportive environment. Build trust with RBTs by demonstrating respect, empathy, and confidentiality. Choose a private and comfortable location for check-ins, and clearly communicate the purpose of the check-ins and expectations for open and honest communication. Use active listening techniques. Restate what the RBT has said in your own words to show that you are listening and understanding. For example, if the RBT says, "I'm feeling really overwhelmed by my workload lately," as the supervisor, you could respond, "So you're feeling stressed because of your heavy workload." Acknowledge the RBT's emotions and invalidate their experiences. For example, if the RBT says, "I'm starting to feel burnt out," as the supervisor, you could say, "It sounds like you're feeling emotionally exhausted." And lastly, encourage the RBTs to share their thoughts and feelings by asking open-ended questions. For example, "How are you feeling about your workload lately?" Or "What are some of the challenges you've faced recently?" For example, as the supervisor, you could ask, "How are you feeling about your progress with your client?" This opens the door for the RBT to share, "I'm feeling good about it, but I'm a little concerned about this." Use open-ended questions. Use what and how questions. These questions encourage RBTs to provide more detailed and informative responses. For example, what are your thoughts on the recent changes to the treatment plan? Or, how do you feel about your progress with your client? Avoid asking questions that suggest a particular answer. For example, instead of asking, "Are you feeling stressed?" you could ask, "How are you feeling today?" Other examples. Instead of, "Did you have a good day?" you could try asking, "What were some of the highlights of your day?" Nonverbal communication. Show that you are engaged and interested in what the RBT is saying by maintaining eye contact. Use open body language, such as leaning forward or nodding, to signal that you are listening attentively. And minimize distractions during the check-in to show that you are focused on the RBT. Follow up. Set a regular schedule for check-ins to ensure that RBTs have consistent opportunities to share their thoughts and feelings. If an RBT expresses concerns or challenges, follow up to see how they're doing and offer additional support if needed. And acknowledge and celebrate RBT's achievements to boost their morale and motivation. As highlighted in the article titled, "A Systematic Review of Supervision Research Related to Board-Certified Behavior Analysts," regular feedback and support are essential for preventing RBT burnout. By providing timely and constructive feedback, supervisors can help RBTs identify areas for improvement, build confidence, and stay motivated. Additionally, offering emotional support and encouragement can create a positive and supportive work environment that fosters RBT resilience. By fostering an open and supportive environment, we can encourage RBTs to share their thoughts, feelings, and concerns without fear of judgment or reprisal. This creates a safe space where RBTs can express themselves honestly, leading to improved emotional well-being and a stronger sense of connection with their supervisor and team. When RBTs feel comfortable sharing their experiences, we can better identify and address potential challenges, ensuring that they receive the support and resources they need to thrive in their roles. Implementing supportive supervision strategies not only promotes self-care, well-being, and resilience, preventing burnout among RBTs, but it also provides ethical guidance and oversight to prevent fraudulent billing practices. Supportive supervision strategies can play a crucial role in preventing both RBT burnout and fraudulent billing practices. By fostering a positive and supportive work environment, supervisors can help RBTs manage stress, maintain ethical standards, and avoid making mistakes that could lead to negative consequences. Through your supervision, you can prevent fraudulent billing with these supports. Supervisors can reinforce ethical standards and expectations, helping RBTs understand the importance of honest and accurate billing practices. Regular reviews of RBT billing records can help identify any potential red flags or inconsistencies. Providing constructive feedback and coaching can help RBTs improve their billing practices and avoid mistakes. And if supervisors notice any concerning behaviors or patterns, they should address them promptly and provide guidance or support. By implementing supportive supervision strategies, supervisors can create a positive and ethical work environment that helps RBTs thrive and avoid the negative consequences of burnout and fraudulent billing. The article, "Recommendations for Detecting and Addressing Barriers to Successful Supervision," provides valuable insights into potential obstacles that can hinder effective supervision. Some of these can include lack of time, funding, or support staff, the demands of managing a caseload and other responsibilities, a culture that prioritizes productivity over quality or employee development, Supervisors may not have received adequate training on effective supervision techniques, or some supervisors may have a natural style that is not conducive to effective supervision. Supervisors may be resistant to changing their approach to supervision. The power differential between supervisors and supervisees can get in the way. Differences in personality between supervisors and supervisees can be a barrier. And a lack of trust between supervisors and supervisees is another obstacle. Knowing these potential obstacles to effective supervision is one thing. Looking at them as barriers and being willing to address them is another. Some of the practices discussed in this training might seem obvious to you. While it's possible you've learned something new, it's also understandable that even experienced supervisors may be aware of the best practices but not always implement them consistently. Let's take a moment to explore these barriers in more depth and discuss strategies to overcome them. What are the specific obstacles that can get in your way, and what can we do to address them? While the benefits of implementing supportive supervision strategies are evident, there are several factors that may prevent BCBA supervisors from consistently using these practices. Some potential organizational and systemic factors that can prevent us from providing effective supervision could include the lack of time, funding, or support staff, which can make it difficult for supervisors to devote adequate time to supervision. A focus on immediate client needs and productivity can overshadow the importance of long-term employee retention and well-being. The demands of managing a caseload and other responsibilities can leave supervisors feeling overwhelmed and unable to prioritize supervision. A culture that prioritizes productivity over quality or employee development can discourage supervisors from investing in effective supervision practices. And organizations may be resistant to implementing new policies or practices that require significant changes in their operations. Some potential leadership factors that may prevent us from providing effective supervision could include supervisors may not fully understand the impact of burnout on employee performance and retention. Burnout may not be seen as a high priority compared to other organizational challenges. Or supervisors may fear that addressing burnout could lead to increased costs or decreased productivity. Some potential individual factors that may prevent us from providing effective supervision could include a culture that values overwork and long hours can contribute to burnout as supervisors as well as RBTs, making it difficult to prioritize employee well-being. Supervisors may not have received adequate training on effective supervision practices, the importance of building strong relationships with supervisees, or including how to address burnout and promote employee well-being. Supervisors may be dealing with their own personal stressors, which can make it difficult to prioritize the needs of their team. Some supervisors may have a natural style that is not conducive to effective supervision, such as being overly directive or critical. Or supervisors may be resistant to changing their approach to supervision, especially if they have been using the same methods for a long time. Some potential relationship factors that may prevent us from providing effective supervision could include the power differential between supervisors and supervisees, which can create a challenge in establishing a collaborative and supportive relationship. Personality differences between supervisors and supervisees can hinder effective communication and collaboration. Or a lack of trust between supervisors and supervisees can make it difficult to establish a positive and productive working relationship. By understanding the potential barriers to effective supervision, Supervisors can take proactive steps to address these challenges and create a more supportive and empowering environment for RBTs. This, in turn, can significantly reduce RBT burnout and improve job satisfaction. Addressing these barriers requires a multifaceted approach, including organizational commitment. Leadership must prioritize employee well being and allocate resources to support burnout prevention initiatives. Education and awareness. We want to train supervisors on effective supervision practices and the importance of addressing burnout, which can increase understanding and empathy. Supportive policies. Policies must be implemented that promote work-life balance, flexible scheduling, and access to mental health resources, which can help prevent burnout for both supervisors and RBTs. And open communication. We want to create a culture of open communication and support, which can encourage supervisors and RBTs to address burnout proactively. So, let's look at some actionable steps that you, the supervisor, can take to address any of these barriers that are potentially in your way. Advocate for increased resources. Work with agency leadership to secure necessary resources for employee well-being initiatives such as training, mental health support, and flexible scheduling. Also, actively advocate for additional funding, staff, or time allocation to support effective supervision. Collect data on the impact of burnout on RBT turnover, productivity, and client outcomes to demonstrate the needs of additional resources. Collaborate with agency leadership to develop a business case for increased funding or staffing. And explore opportunities for grants, partnerships, or donations to secure additional resources. Reevaluate priorities. Emphasize the importance of employee well-being in agency meetings and decision-making processes. Use data on RBT well-being, turnover, and client outcomes to inform decision-making. Emphasize the long-term benefits of investing in employee well-being, such as improved productivity, reduced turnover, and enhanced client outcomes. Engage RBTs, clients, and other stakeholders in discussions about organizational priorities. Challenge the status quo. Question outdated policies or practices that contribute to burnout or hinder effective supervision. Challenge the organization's focus on short-term productivity and emphasize the long-term benefits of investing in employee well-being and development. Conduct a thorough review of current practices and identify areas for improvement. Propose alternative approaches that prioritize employee well-being and effective supervision. And gather feedback from RBTs and other staff members to identify their concerns and suggestions. Promote a culture of continuous improvement. Foster a culture that values learning, growth, and adaptation to change. Provide opportunities for professional development and encourage a culture of continuous learning. Regularly seek feedback from RBTs and other stakeholders to identify areas for improvement. And recognize and reward achievements to foster a positive and motivating work environment. Collaborate with human resources. Schedule regular meetings with HR representatives to discuss employee well-being initiatives and advocate for policies that support RBTs. Share data on RBT turnover, burnout rates, and other relevant metrics with HR to demonstrate the need for improvements. And collaborate with HR on joint projects to develop and implement new policies or programs. Benchmark best practices. Research and implement best practices from other organizations in the ABA field to identify effective strategies for supervision. Identify leading organizations in the ABA field and research their best practices for supervision, employee well-being, and retention. Participate in industry events to network with other professionals and learn about innovative approaches. And join relevant professional organizations to access resources, research, and networking opportunities. Leverage technology. Utilize technology tools and streamline administrative tasks, improve communication, and provide support to supervisees. Research and select technology tools that can streamline administrative tasks, improve communication, and provide support to RBTs. Offer training on how to use selected technology tools effectively, and seek feedback from RBTs and supervisors on the effectiveness of the technology tools. As we begin to look at the action steps we can behave to address leadership factors, we start with arguably the most important one to think about. Educate yourself. Regularly attend conferences, webinars, or workshops related to leadership, supervision, and employee well-being. You guys really take advantage of those 4 supervision continuing ed hours that we need each recertification cycle. Stay updated on the latest research and best practices in these areas, and find a mentor who can provide guidance and support. Prioritize employee well-being. Advocate for resources to support employee well-being initiatives such as mental health services, flexible scheduling, or wellness programs. Clearly communicate the importance of employee well-being to your team and reinforce this message through your actions. And demonstrate a healthy work-life balance and prioritize your own well-being to encourage your team to do the same. Model healthy behaviors. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal life. Schedule regular breaks throughout the day to avoid burnout. And engage in self-care activities such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies. Encourage open communication. Foster a culture of open communication where employees feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns. Practice active listening to understand your employees' perspectives and needs, and offer regular feedback and constructive criticism to help employees grow and develop. Remember, make this focused on their behaviors and not on them specifically as a person. Encourage feedback. Foster a culture of open communication and trust where employees feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas without fear of judgment or reprisal. Consider implementing anonymous feedback mechanisms such as suggestion boxes or online surveys to encourage honest feedback. Schedule regular one-on-one meetings with RBTs to provide opportunities for feedback and discussion, and demonstrate that feedback, which is valued by taking action on employee suggestions and recommendations. Empower your team. Identify tasks that can be delegated to RBTs to empower them and reduce your workload. Offer trainings and development opportunities to help RBTs develop new skills and take on more responsibility. Acknowledge and reward RBTs for their contributions to the team and their achievements. And show trust in your RBTs by giving them autonomy and responsibility. As we get into action steps to address individual factors that can be barriers for BCBAs, let's start with a very important one: self-reflection and self-care. Regularly assess your own stress levels and identify areas where you can improve your self-care practices. Also, regularly assess your own leadership style and identify areas for improvement. Schedule regular time for self-reflection to assess your stress levels, identify areas for improvement, and monitor your well-being. Keep a journal or track your stress levels, mood, and self-care activities. Pinpoint the specific factors that contribute to your stress and develop strategies to manage them. And ask your supervisors, supervisees, colleagues, and peers for honest feedback on your leadership style. Regularly reflect on your own behaviors and interactions with your team. Research effective leadership styles and compare them to your own. Participate in workshops or training programs on leadership development. And prioritize safe care and ensure that you are taking enough time off to recharge. Seek support. Talk to colleagues about your experiences and seek their support and advice. If available, take advantage of employee assistance plan services for confidential counseling and support, and seek guidance and mentorship from experienced professionals in the field. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal life to prevent burnout for yourself. Establish a clear work schedule and set boundaries between work and personal time. Learn to say no to additional tasks or projects when you are already overloaded. And limit work-related activities outside of work hours to avoid burnout. Professional development. Stay updated on the latest trends and best practices in the field. Network with other professionals and seek mentorship opportunities. And actively seek feedback from your supervisees and peers to identify areas for improvement. As we move closer towards considering action steps that we can implement to address common barriers for supervisors to providing effective supervision, let's now consider ways to address those relationship factors. Relationship is the foundation of supervision, and if supervision is important for reducing RBT burnout, relationship is also important to keep looking at. Build trust. Foster an environment where supervisors feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns without fear of judgment. Practice active listening by maintaining eye contact, nodding, and paraphrasing to show that you are paying attention. And be honest and transparent in your communication with supervisees, which will build trust and credibility. Active listening. The fact that this one keeps coming up so much in a training about combating RBT burnout really shows how important it is to use this process. Restate the main points of what your supervisee has said to ensure understanding. Encourage your supervisee to elaborate on their thoughts and feelings by asking open-ended questions, and let your supervisee finish speaking before you respond. Empathy. Show empathy and understanding for your supervisee's experiences and challenges. Try to understand your supervisee's perspective and experiences. Acknowledge and validate your supervisee's emotions, even if you don't agree with their viewpoint. And provide emotional support and encouragement where it's needed. Provide constructive feedback. Offer regular constructive feedback to help your supervisees grow and develop. Provide specific examples to illustrate your feedback. Focus on areas of growth and development rather than dwelling on negative aspects, and provide support and guidance to help supervisees improve. Regular check-ins. Schedule regular one-on-one meetings with supervisees to discuss their progress, challenges, and goals. Establish a regular schedule for these meetings with your supervisees. Prepare an agenda for these meetings to ensure that important topics are covered, and follow up on any action items that were discussed during meetings previously to ensure progress. Provide clear expectations. Set clear expectations and provide regular feedback to help supervisors stay on track. Create a clear, documented outline of roles, responsibilities, and expectations. Review expectations with supervisees and make adjustments as needed. And offer regular feedback on how well supervisees are meeting expectations. Celebrate successes. Recognize and celebrate your supervisees' achievements to boost morale and motivation. Acknowledge your supervisees' accomplishments in team meetings, company newsletters, or public forums. Offer personalized praise and recognition tailored to each individual's strengths and contributions. Consider implementing a rewards or incentive program to recognize outstanding performance. Acknowledge significant milestones, such as completing a certification or achieving a specific goal. and regularly express your appreciation for your supervisee's hard work and dedication. A note on this: if you're not already talking with your supervisees about their own preferences and ways that they appreciate being appreciated, I highly recommend you do this. Just as it is important to know about our clients' preferences to be able to use this information in behavior programming to modify their behaviors, the same is parallel for the other professionals that we work with. I like to do this at the start of our supervisory relationship and check in as we progress to work together over time, as we know that sometimes preferences change over time. Remember, making small changes can have a big impact. Even minor adjustments to your supervision practices can significantly affect the well-being, job satisfaction, and overall effectiveness of RBTs. By implementing any of these practical steps, you can create a more supportive and empowering environment that benefits everyone involved. With a continued commitment to overcoming these obstacles and implementing successful strategies, supervisors can establish a more supportive and efficient supervisory setting that benefits both themselves and their supervisees. ABA organizations can cultivate a more supportive and enduring work environment for supervisors and RBTs, resulting in improved retention, job satisfaction, and overall organizational well-being. It is through these small changes in ourselves as supervisors that we can bring about bigger changes in the field of ABA, with a continued focus on reducing and maybe even eliminating the high burnout rates in our field. Now that we've explored the importance of supportive supervision strategies, let's turn our attention to creating a broader, supportive, and energizing work culture for RBTs. A positive work environment can significantly impact RBT well-being, motivation, job satisfaction, and thus lower burnout and staff turnover. As a BCBA supervisor, your actions and behaviors can significantly influence the culture of your team. The article titled "A Systematic Review of Supervision Research Related to Board-Certified Behavior Analysts" emphasizes the importance that supervisors should model healthy behaviors to set a positive example for their RBTs. By demonstrating self-care, work-life balance, and resilience, supervisors can inspire RBTs to prioritize their own well-being and develop coping mechanisms. This, in turn, can contribute to a healthier and more sustainable work environment for all team members. Modeling self-care and resilience can benefit your RBT team because when RBTs see their supervisor prioritizing self-care and resilience, they are more likely to do the same. Modeling self-care shows RBTs that it is valued and important for their well-being. By openly discussing self-care and resilience, you can help to reduce the stigma associated with seeking help and taking time for yourself. When supervisors demonstrate self-care, it creates a more open and supportive environment where RBTs feel comfortable sharing their own challenges and seeking support. A culture that prioritizes self-care and resilience can lead to a more positive and supportive work environment for all team members. What exactly does this look like? Here are some specific examples of how to model self-care and resilience. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal time, and then stick to them. Engage in regular self-care activities such as exercise, mindfulness, or hobbies. Don't hesitate to seek support from colleagues, friends, or mental health professionals when needed. Share your own experiences with stress, burnout, or other challenges to normalize these experiences. And promote a healthy work-life balance among your RBT team. By leading by example, you can demonstrate the value of self-care and resilience, setting the tone for a positive and supportive work environment. Team-based activities and support systems can play a crucial role in fostering a positive and supportive work culture for RBTs. By encouraging collaboration, teamwork, and mutual support, you can create a sense of community and belonging among your team members. Why is this important towards fostering a positive and supporting work culture? Let's look at some reasons. Team-based activities and support systems can help RBTs feel connected to their colleagues and create a sense of belonging. Working together on projects and activities can improve collaboration and teamwork skills. Participating in team-based activities can boost morale and reduce feelings of isolation. Support systems, such as peer support groups and mentorship programs, can provide RBTs with the support and guidance they need to succeed. And a culture of mutual care and empowerment can create a more enjoyable and fulfilling work environment for RBTs. Hartley and Dubuque 2023 ultimately sum it up, emphasizing that focusing on creating a collaborative approach between supervisors and RBTs fosters a sense of teamwork and support. By working together towards common goals, RBTs can feel more connected to their team and less isolated. This sense of belonging and support can help RBTs cope with challenges and reduce feelings of burnout. Additionally, a collaborative approach can lead to improved communication, problem solving, and decision making, further contributing to RBT well being and job satisfaction. Friedland, McElroy, Moses, Jansen, and Van Straten 2023 additionally emphasize that fostering this positive relationship between supervisors and RBTs can create a supporting and encouraging environment, helping RBTs to feel valued, motivated, which also leads to less likely experiences of burnout. Here are some example strategies for implementing team-based activities and support systems. Let's look more into these. Team building activities. Organize team building activities outside of work, such as outings, workshops, or volunteer events. Assign team-based projects that require collaboration and teamwork. Or incorporate team building exercises or games into your team meetings or retreats. Peer support groups. Form peer support groups where RBTs can share their experiences, challenges, and successes. Provide guidance and support to facilitate productive and supportive discussions within the groups. Or pair RBTs with mentors who can offer guidance, support, and mentorship. Mentorship programs. Match experienced RBTs with newer or less experienced RBTs. Offer training and support to mentors to help them effectively guide their mentees, or facilitate regular meetings and check-ins between mentors and mentees. Team-based recognition. Celebrate team successes and achievements to foster a sense of camaraderie and accomplishment. Recognize and reward teamwork and collaboration among RBTs, or offer opportunities for team members to learn and grow together. Supportive communication. Create a culture where RBTs feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, feelings, and concerns. Practice active listening to show RBTs that you value their input and perspectives, or offer constructive feedback and support to help RBTs improve their skills. Now that we've discussed the importance of creating a supportive and energizing work culture, let's turn our attention to another crucial factor in RBT well-being: setting realistic expectations and workloads. By establishing clear boundaries and providing adequate support, we can help RBTs feel valued, effective, and motivated in their roles. Setting realistic expectations and workload is essential for creating a supportive and empowering work environment for RBTs. When RBTs feel overwhelmed or overburdened, it can negatively impact their job satisfaction, motivation, and well-being. As mentioned previously, by setting realistic expectations and workloads, supervisors can help RBTs feel valued, effective, and motivated. Here's some ways that this can be true. When RBTs have manageable workloads, they are less likely to experience stress and burnout. RBTs who feel like they can achieve their goals and meet expectations are more likely to be satisfied with their jobs. RBTs who feel valued and effective are more likely to be motivated and engaged in their work. And a work environment where RBTs feel supported and valued can contribute to a positive and supportive culture. These are some things, as supervisors, we should consider to set realistic expectations and workloads. Let's look at these more. Assess workload. Periodically assess RBT workloads to ensure that they are manageable and balanced. Take into account individual RBT's strengths, weaknesses, and personal circumstances when assigning tasks. And use tools such as project management software or time tracking apps to help RBTs manage their workload effectively. Provide clear expectations. Ensure that RBTs have a clear understanding of their job responsibilities and expectations. Create detailed job descriptions that outline the specific tasks and duties expected of RBTs. And offer regular feedback on RBT performance to help them stay on track and address any concerns. Offer flexibility. Be willing to adjust workloads or deadlines as needed to accommodate RBTs' individual needs or circumstances. Encourage RBTs to take regular breaks throughout the day to avoid burnout. And explore options for flexible work arrangements, such as part-time work or remote work, if possible. Provide support. Provide RBTs with the necessary resources and support to complete their tasks effectively. Offer ongoing training and development opportunities to help RBTs improve their skills and knowledge. And encourage RBTs to delegate tasks when appropriate to reduce their workload. Prioritize training. To effectively retain RBTs, invest in ongoing training and development. Regular training sessions not only update staff on the latest ABA techniques, but also reinforce their knowledge and skills, boosting their confidence and motivation. Providing online training resources allows RBTs to access materials at their own pace, facilitating continuous learning. Avoid overloading. Set realistic deadlines for tasks and avoid overloading RBTs with too much work. Help RBTs prioritize tasks to ensure that the most important work is completed first, and delegate tasks to other team members or staff when appropriate. Improve consistency. One of the most significant challenges for RBTs is the inconsistency in their work schedules, which can lead to financial instability and work-life balance issues. To address this, prioritize clear communication with new hires about expected hours during the interview process. Ensure that the agreed-upon hours are reflected in their employment contracts. Implementing scheduling software can also help to reduce cancellations and gaps in schedules, ensuring that RBTs work the hours that they were initially promised. This can lead to greater job satisfaction and reduced turnover. By addressing scheduling challenges and providing a more predictable work environment, we can significantly improve RBT retention. As emphasized in the article titled, "A Systematic Review of Supervision Research Related to Board-Certified Behavior Analysts," a positive work environment is crucial for RBT well-being and job satisfaction. By creating a supportive and inclusive culture, supervisors can help RBTs feel valued, appreciated, and motivated. This, in turn, can reduce burnout and improve overall job performance. A supportive work environment is essential for preventing RBT burnout and promoting ethical behavior. By creating a positive and empowering culture, you can reduce burnout. A positive work environment can help RBTs manage stress, maintain a healthy work-life balance, and feel valued, which can significantly reduce burnout. When RBTs feel appreciated and supported, they are more likely to be satisfied with their jobs and committed to their work. And a culture of integrity and honesty can help RBTs navigate ethical dilemmas and avoid engaging in fraudulent practices. By focusing on these areas, you can create a supportive work environment that benefits both RBTs and the organization. This will not only help prevent burnout, but also contribute to a positive and ethical culture that reduces the risk of fraudulent billing practices. When RBTs feel valued, respected, and supported, they are more likely to adhere to ethical standards and avoid engaging in fraudulent practices. In this next section, we will explore strategies for empowering RBTs with self care and resilience building techniques, further emphasizing their well being and effectiveness. The article titled The Role of Supervision in Preventing Burnout Among Professionals Working with People in Difficulty highlights the importance of a holistic approach to addressing burnout. While supervision is a crucial component, it's essential to also consider other factors that contribute to well being. Here's how the holistic approach relates to the article's findings. A holistic approach complements supervision by addressing broader aspects of well being that can impact burnout, such as physical health, mental health, and social connections. By combining effective supervision with a focus on holistic well being, organizations can create a more comprehensive and effective strategy for preventing burnout among professionals working with people in difficulty. And a holistic approach can help professionals develop sustainable coping mechanisms and maintain their well being over the long term, reducing the risk of chronic burnout. A holistic approach to combating RBT burnout recognizes that well being is influenced by a variety of factors, including physical health, mental health, social connections, and work life balance. By addressing these multiple dimensions, organizations can create a more supportive and sustainable environment for RBTs. In essence, a holistic approach to combating burnout among RBTs involves creating a supportive environment that addresses not only professional needs through supervision, but also personal and social factors that contribute to overall well being. This comprehensive approach can help RBTs thrive in their roles and reduce the risk of burnout. Recognizing the signs of emotional distress is a crucial first step towards implementing effective coping strategies. By understanding the subtle cues that our bodies and minds provide, we can take proactive steps to manage our mental health and well being. Here are some strategies to encourage RBTs to do so. Share information about common signs of emotional distress: mood swings, irritability, or persistent sadness, increased absenteeism, decreased productivity or changes in social behavior, fatigue, headaches, difficulty sleeping, or changes in appetite, negative self talk or self criticism, struggling to focus or concentrate on tasks, loss of interest in activities that were once enjoyable, or withdrawing from social activities or relationships. Explain how chronic stress can negatively impact physical and mental health, and discuss how chronic stress can contribute to emotional distress and burnout. Encourage RBTs to pay attention to their own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and help RBTs identify patterns or triggers that may contribute to emotional distress. Present evidence based research on the positive impact of self care on mental and physical health, and share personal stories or testimonials from other RBTs who have benefited from self care practices. Self reflection is a valuable tool for RBTs to understand their own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By encouraging self reflection, supervisors can help RBTs develop self awareness and identify potential areas for growth. There are various activities and exercises that you can do to encourage self reflection with your RBTs. Encourage RBTs to keep a journal to reflect on their thoughts, feelings, or experiences. Or teach RBTs mindfulness techniques to increase self awareness and present moment focus. Other ways you can encourage self reflection include providing tools for RBTs to self assess their stress levels and emotional well being. And ask RBTs to think about thought provoking questions to encourage self reflection. For example, what are my strengths and weaknesses? How am I feeling about my work? What are my goals for the future? Or what can I do to improve my well being? It's also important to create a safe space as you encourage self reflection. Foster a supportive and non judgmental environment where RBTs feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings. By encouraging self reflection, supervisors can help RBTs develop a deeper understanding of themselves and their experiences, leading to improved mental health and well being. It's essential to normalize emotional distress among RBTs to create a supportive and understanding work environment. By acknowledging that it's normal to experience a range of emotions, supervisors can help RBTs feel less isolated and more comfortable seeking support. If appropriate, share your own experiences with emotional distress to normalize the experience. Acknowledge the demanding nature of the RBT role and the potential for emotional challenges. Avoid stigmatizing emotional distress or mental health conditions. Foster a culture where RBTs feel comfortable expressing their emotions without fear of judgment or reprisal. Encourage RBTs to talk openly about their feelings and experiences, and offer some resources on mental health and emotional well being to help RBTs understand and manage their emotions. By normalizing emotional distress, supervisors can create a more supportive and inclusive work environment where RBTs feel comfortable seeking help and prioritizing their own well being. Understanding the signs of emotional distress is a crucial first step towards taking proactive steps to manage mental health and well being. By recognizing these clues, RBTs can effectively implement self care and coping strategies, navigating the challenges of their work with greater resilience. Let's dive into practical techniques that can enhance RBT's mental health and overall effectiveness. By incorporating evidence based self care techniques and developing personal resilience and emotional regulation skills, RBTs can better navigate the challenges of their work and enhance their overall quality of life. Self care is essential for RBTs to maintain their well being and effectiveness. By teaching RBTs evidence based self care techniques, supervisors can help them manage stress, prevent burnout, and enhance their overall quality of life. The article titled Self Care Strategies and Job Crafting Practices Among Behavior Analysts found that self care was a predictor of burnout in the field of ABA and emphasized the importance of self care strategies such as relaxation techniques, exercise, and mindfulness being helpful to support RBTs manage stress and prevent burnout. What we can do as supervisors is help to provide training on relaxation techniques, mindfulness practices, and stress management strategies. Emphasize the importance of incorporating self care into daily routines, and help RBTs identify and overcome barriers to self care, such as time constraints or lack of motivation. Here are some examples of effective self care techniques that RBTs can incorporate into their daily routines. Let's talk more about these. Practice mindfulness meditation to increase awareness of the present moment and reduce stress. You can use guided meditation apps or recordings to help focus and relax. Here are examples of some apps and online resources that are available to support these practices. Practice deep breathing exercises to calm the mind and body. Tense and relax different muscle groups to reduce physical tension by using progressive muscle relaxation. Or engage in yoga or Tai Chi to improve flexibility, balance, and reduce stress. There are various deep breathing and progressive muscle relaxation audios available on YouTube or other websites to support you with these practices as well. In the article titled The Apprentice Model 2.0 Enhancement of the Apprentice Model, they prioritize a healthy work life balance for RBTs, recognizing the importance of self care and preventing burnout. By encouraging RBTs to set boundaries, manage their time effectively, and prioritize their well being, organizations can help RBTs avoid feeling overwhelmed and stressed. This in turn can lead to increased job satisfaction, reduced burnout, and improved overall mental health. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal time. Learn effective time management techniques to prioritize tasks and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Schedule regular breaks throughout the day to rest and recharge. And reduce screen time before bed to improve sleep quality. Here are some time management apps and ideas for productivity techniques that are available to support you with these practices. Engage in regular physical activity to reduce stress, improve mood, and boost energy levels. Eat a balanced and nutritious diet to support overall health and well being. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Here are some resources available related to nutrition and exercise. Connect with friends, family, and loved ones to build social support. Participate in social activities or groups to meet new people and expand social network. Find local community groups or organizations that align with your interests, or join online forums or social media groups, for example, Facebook, for RBTs to connect with others. It's important that your RBTs find self-care techniques that work best for them, just as the same applies to you. Remember, an effective supervisor leads by example. Your RBTs should be encouraged to experiment with different approaches and find what helps them relax and recharge. Additionally, consider creating a self-care plan that can be referred to regularly. This can help increase specific focus on their well-being and make self-care a priority. Providing RBTs with the necessary resources and interventions can significantly improve their ability to manage stress, emotional challenges, and ethical dilemmas. This can help prevent burnout and ensure adherence to professional standards. Along with the supports and resources that we have just discussed, consider building the following into your supervisions and work cultures as well. Ensure RBTs are familiar with the ethical code of the BACB and other relevant organizations, and facilitate regular discussions about ethical dilemmas and decision-making processes. By encouraging RBTs to recognize the signs of emotional distress and implement proactive coping mechanisms, supervisors can help them take control of their mental health and well-being, thus improving their work satisfaction and decreasing burnout and staff turnover. In this final section, we will discuss strategies for sustaining RBT motivation and professional growth. By fostering a supportive and empowering environment, providing opportunities for development, and recognizing RBT achievements, supervisors can help RBTs stay motivated and engaged in their work. Research further emphasizes the importance of providing opportunities for professional development for RBTs. Hartley and Dubuque in 2023 emphasized that by investing in their growth and development, organizations can help RBTs feel valued, motivated, and engaged in their work. This, in turn, can reduce burnout by providing RBTs with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Additionally, professional development opportunities can equip RBTs with the skills and knowledge that they need to succeed in their roles, reducing feelings of inadequacy or incompetence that can contribute to burnout. Even more so, Friedland, McElroy, Moses, Jansen, and Van Straten in 2023 additionally emphasized that encouraging RBTs to engage in ongoing professional development can help them stay motivated, engaged, and up to date in the field, further reducing feelings of stagnation and burnout. Incorporate well-focused components into the ongoing professional development training and supervision that you provide for your RBTs. You can incorporate self-care topics into your RBT training and supervision sessions. This can include mindfulness techniques, stress management strategies, and work-life balance tips. Provide resources and materials on self-care and mental health to support RBTs in their personal development. And demonstrate your own commitment to self-care and encourage RBTs to do the same. Let's talk more about how to do this. Self-care topics can be integrated into your RBT trainings and supervision sessions. Here are some ways that you can easily do this. Train RBTs to become self-care trainers who can lead workshops or group sessions on mindfulness, stress management, or other self-care techniques. Invite guest speakers or experts to conduct workshops or presentations on self-care and mental health topics. Incorporate case studies that demonstrate the benefits of self-care for RBTs, and facilitate group discussions about self-care challenges and strategies. There are numerous resources that you can offer as a supervisor. Provide resources and materials on self-care and mental health to support RBTs in their personal development. Compile a collection of books, articles, websites, and apps related to self-care and mental health. Partner with local mental health organizations to offer discounted or free resources to RBTs. Or connect RBTs with employee assistance programs that offer counseling and other support services. As we discussed earlier as well, modeling self-care is another way to emphasize the importance of these skills. Share your personal experiences with self-care to normalize the behavior. Demonstrate your commitment to self-care by taking breaks, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in other healthy habits. And create a workplace culture where self-care is valued and encouraged. Offer mentorship opportunities that encourage RBTs to pursue career advancement while prioritizing well-being. This is a great strategy to support your RBTs as well. Create mentorship programs that pair experienced RBTs with newer or less experienced RBTs. Mentors can offer guidance, support, and encouragement to RBTs as they pursue their career goals. Ensure that mentorship programs prioritize the well-being of both mentors and mentees. First, you'll want to establish mentorship programs. Pair experienced RBTs with newer or less experienced RBTs. Offer training and support to mentors to help them effectively guide their mentees, and facilitate regular meetings and check-ins between mentors and mentees. Mentors can offer guidance on specific skills that RBTs need to develop to advance their careers. Mentors can connect RBTs with professionals in the field to expand their network. Mentors can offer emotional support and encouragement to RBTs as they navigate their careers. And mentors can serve as positive role models for RBTs, demonstrating the importance of professional development and lifelong learning. Research also suggests that job crafting can be a predictor to burnout. Being able to guide and support your RBTs with the following can help combat RBT burnout. Help RBTs identify their personal goals and values related to their work. Discuss potential job crafting strategies such as changing tasks, responsibilities, or work relationships, and offer guidance and support as RBTs implement job crafting changes. Ensure that mentorship programs prioritize the well-being of both mentors and mentees. Encourage mentors to be supportive and understanding of mentees' emotional challenges, and encourage mentors to model self-care behaviors and provide guidance on self-care strategies. As highlighted in the article titled The Apprentice Model 2.0, fostering a culture of continuous learning and growth is crucial for preventing RBT burnout and promoting job satisfaction. When RBTs feel challenged, motivated, and engaged, they are less likely to experience feelings of stagnation and burnout. By investing in their professional development, Organizations can equip RBTs with the necessary skills and knowledge to stay relevant in the field and advance their careers. Addressing training needs to support your staff will help them feel supported in their roles, thus reducing burnout. Ensure that RBT training programs cover essential competencies such as behavior analysis principles, ethical considerations, and communication skills. Incorporate practice training activities, including role playing, simulations, and supervised practice, to equip RBTs with the skills they need to handle challenging situations. And offer opportunities for RBTs to continue their education through workshops, conferences, and online courses to stay updated on best practices and emerging trends in the field. Train your RBTs in effective crisis prevention and intervention techniques to help them manage challenging behaviors safely and effectively. Teach your RBTs about positive behavior support strategies to help them identify and address the underlying causes of challenging behaviors. And provide training on ethical considerations and behavior analysis, including maintaining confidentiality, obtaining informed consent, and ensuring the well-being of clients. You'll want to continuously assess the emotional climate of the team and adapt support strategies to maintain high morale. Conduct regular check-ins with RBTs to assess their emotional well-being and identify any emerging challenges. Collect feedback from RBTs to understand their needs and concerns. Adjust your support strategies based on the needs of your RBT team. And recognize and celebrate RBT achievements to boost morale and motivation. Conduct regular one-on-one meetings with RBTs to assess their emotional well-being and identify any emerging challenges, or facilitate group discussions to gauge the overall emotional climate of the team. Use surveys or questionnaires to collect anonymous feedback from RBTs, or conduct focus groups to gather in-depth feedback from RBTs. Based on the feedback you gather, you'll want to adjust your support strategies to meet the specific needs of your RBT team. Introduce new initiatives or programs to address identified challenges, and continuously evaluate effectiveness of your support strategies and make adjustments as needed. And acknowledge and celebrate RBT achievements to boost morale and motivation. Reward your RBTs for their hard work and dedication, and foster a positive and supportive work environment where RBTs feel valued and appreciated. Our research has shown that RBT turnover is a widespread challenge in the ABA field, with significant consequences for organizational productivity, morale, and financial health. This issue is not exclusive to ABA, as it affects many industries that rely on their workforce. To mitigate the negative impacts of high turnover, it's crucial to implement strategies that foster employee satisfaction and retention. This includes improving communication, investing in employee development, encouraging feedback, and creating a positive work environment. By prioritizing these initiatives, you can not only reduce turnover, but also build a more engaged and dedicated team that drives organizational success. The article Predictors of Burnout, Job Satisfaction, and Turnover in Behavior Technicians Working with Individuals with Autism Spectrum Disorder explored the factors influencing RBT's job satisfaction, burnout, and intention to leave the field. The results of this study complement all of the factors that we've discussed that contribute to RBT burnout, including heavy workloads, lack of support from supervisors, and challenging client behaviors. And to reiterate some of the other findings we've discussed, job satisfaction was positively associated with opportunities for professional growth, feeling valued, and having a positive work-life balance. The researchers also identified burnout as a significant predictor of intention to turnover. This further emphasizes the importance of addressing burnout and how crucial it is for retaining RBTs in the field. Overall, the study's findings highlighted the importance of providing RBTs with adequate support, resources, and opportunities for professional development to improve job satisfaction and reduce turnover. We've covered numerous points about the value of effective supervision and what creates it, as well as how to support our supervisees through some personal growth as well as their professional growth. To tie it up, research emphasizes the interdependence between supervision and personal factors in preventing burnout. This means that the two elements work together to influence well-being. Effective supervision can provide a supportive environment for RBTs to develop personal coping strategies and enhance their self-awareness. This can help them navigate challenges and build resilience. RBT's personal factors, such as their attitudes, beliefs, and values, can influence how they perceive and benefit from supervision. For example, RBTs who are open to feedback and willing to seek support are more likely to benefit from supervision. When supervision and personal factors are aligned, they can create a powerful synergy in preventing burnout. For instance, a supportive supervisor combined with an RBT's strong coping skills can significantly reduce the risk of burnout. By understanding the interdependence between supervision and personal factors, you can create a more comprehensive training program that addresses the multifaceted nature of burnout and helps RBTs develop the skills and resilience they need to thrive in their roles. In closing, consider these action steps to put into play the strategies that we've discussed towards ensuring your supervision practices help combat RBT turnover. Foster open communication, actively listen, and show empathy to understand RBT's challenges. Encourage self-care, provide resources for stress management, create a supportive work environment, and offer opportunities for professional development. Foster open communication, recognize and celebrate achievements, promote work-life balance, and create a supportive culture. Offer resources for stress management, mental health support, and professional development. And provide regular feedback opportunities for growth and recognition and create a supportive work environment. By implementing these action steps, supervisors can directly address the emotional and psychological challenges faced by RBTs, promoting their well-being, create a positive work environment, and empower them to manage stress and develop professionally. As emphasized in the article, A Systematic Review of Supervision Research Related to Board-Certified Behavior Analysts, effective supervision is a cornerstone of preventing RBT burnout and promoting their overall well-being. By implementing the strategies discussed in this training, such as regular check-ins, constructive feedback, and mentorship, supervisors can create a supportive and empowering environment that fosters RBT resilience and job satisfaction. Develop a comprehensive plan to foster ongoing motivation and professional growth for RBTs, ensuring that they feel valued and engaged in their roles, and that they are well equipped to handle ethical challenges and avoid fraudulent practices. This can lead to improved job satisfaction, reduced turnover, and ultimately better outcomes for our clients. By prioritizing RBT well-being and professional growth, we can create a more sustainable and fulfilling career path for our RBTs, ultimately combating the issue of high turnover rates. Thank you for engaging in this training and for your commitment to supporting your RBT team. Together, let's work to build a brighter future for ABA, where RBTs feel valued, supported, and empowered to stay in the field.